Welcome back. I don't normally do a news video this late at night, but I figured there's a lot to talk about here, and I've got a 12-game preview tomorrow morning, so I might as well do the news video tonight and post it now. Also, it was a quiet night in the NHL, so easy enough. Sean Couturier has been named team captain by the Philadelphia Flyers. That is the best possible option for them. I'm glad they did that. And so now the Flyers have a team captain, and I would think that now it's about coming up with a plan, getting into the trade deadline. I will be very interested to see what the Flyers do. I think with the right additions, they could be a dangerous team come playoff time because no one's going to expect anything from them. There will be those who say, Philadelphia is lucky to be there, all that hard work, but in terms of top end talent, the team they're against is like, that's I think what's going to happen. If they end up being in that 2-3 spot in the Metro, that would be against either Carolina or the Rangers. The other team would be the heavy favorite. There'd be no pressure on Philly. Could be an interesting year. Phil Kessel. So this is going to happen. Phil Kessel's an Abbey, so people are watching his conditioning because it's Phil Kessel. You have to make the Phil Kessel remarks. I myself made the remark this morning about, hey, if he's looking for a place to eat in Abbotsford, and it's an honest offer because I know dude likes his food and who doesn't. I think one of the reasons we like Phil Kessel and so many people defend him, it feels like he's just one of the guys. He's just normal, everyday, one of the guys. You could sit down, hang out at a bar with him, have a couple of beers, he'd go out and play golf with you. He seems like a normal everyday guy. Well, his conditioning after a year of not playing NHL hockey is not going to be at NHL level. So when he looked kind of winded at the practice in Abbotsford, people are going to comment, and then people are going to defend Phil. I'm just excited that Phil Kessel has decided to come into Vancouver, and I trust Patrick Allvin now, so whatever additions he's going to make, I trust him to make the right call. It's a free player. It means that if Kessel doesn't work out, no problem. You can waive him. But I think this is going to be interesting because people have doubted Kessel most of his career, and we'll see if the doubters are proved right. They've been proven wrong thus far, but we'll see. I'm anxious to see where he's going to play and how this is all going to work for the Canucks. So the waiver wire news from yesterday, the waiver wire players from yesterday, they clear, including Tyler Pitlick. Well, today, Chicago puts Rem Pitlick on waivers. So both Pitlick brothers could be in the AHL tomorrow. I can almost guarantee Rem clears. Rem's been on waivers many, many, many times over. It is interesting to see Chicago waiving him because Chicago, of course, needs forwards that can score. Pitlick, over his career, has been known more as a scorer, so it's kind of a bit damning that he's being waived by the Chicago Blackhawks, but hopefully he gets this game back. Pelche. It looked bad when he got hurt for Calgary, but it looks like it's not as bad as it could have been. It's day-to-day. It's an upper body injury, so nowhere near as bad as it looked at the time. Calgary, of course, looking to make a charge and try to get into the playoffs, and getting Pelche healthy and into the lineup where he can stay in the lineup. I think that's a big potential for pushing them to that point. So Shea Theodore has been out for a while for the Vegas Golden Knights. It looks like he could return next week. He's not going to play this week, but he could return next week. That would be huge for them. Dorofeev has been out too. He is skating. He has an upper body injury. He is not close to returning. So Dorofeev's going to be out longer, but if Theodore's back next week, that's bad news for everybody in the West because Vegas is already playing really well lately, and now they're about to get back. I don't know if there's an argument that he's their best defenseman. I know Petrangelo's there, but to me, Theodore is clearly their best defenseman, and that should just make Vegas better. Coming out of tonight's game between Florida and Pittsburgh, Guentzel missed the final 11 minutes and 58 seconds, and considering the nature of the score at the time, losing Guentzel, not great. And it's also not great considering that where Pittsburgh's at, they're very likely going to be moving guys at the deadline. Guentzel clearly is a guy who could set the market. Well, Pittsburgh's trade of Guentzel could set the market, but he's being evaluated for an upper body injury. Mike Sullivan confirmed that after the game. So we'll see what the prognosis is for Guentzel. I would think as soon as tomorrow we'll know how long Guentzel might be out or if he's going to be okay. But he missed the end of that game, and that could be tough for Pittsburgh if Guentzel's going to be out for any length of time. Both from a perspective of trying to get back into the playoff hunt and from a perspective of maybe trying to move the player and get back maximum number of assets. So we'll see what Kyle Dubas's plan is over the next few weeks here. But I'll be here to report on it when it takes place. Remember, the trade deadline is, I believe it's March the 9th, right? March 8th or March 9th. Anyway, we'll worry about that when we get to it. If we have the deadline live stream on March 9th and the deadline's on March 8th, man, that's going to be awkward. At any rate, thank you guys so much for all your support as always. If you haven't already hit like and subscribe, please do. The channel passed 306,000 subscribers over the last 24 hours. That's a ridiculous number. And every time that another 1,000 passes, I say to myself, all right, you've got these people counting on you for your videos, for your daily output. Get her done. So thank you guys so much for the motivation. It's greatly appreciated. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on any of these items on the board as always. I will talk to you guys again probably pretty soon.